Hey everybody. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Mine was very, very nice. Definitely enjoyed it. Spent some time with my daughter and granddaughters. That was lovely. So today, why don't you join me as I put some lovely flowers in an arrangement. It's kind of a snowy, sleety day today outside. I should have gone and done Instacart, but I wimped out. It's not so much even the driving as it is. Sometimes the walkways aren't shoveled or salted, or they're just a little bit slippery. And I don't, you can't really blame the customers because a lot of my customers are elderly and they got to wait for somebody to get there to take care of it. But anyway, I ended up staying in today. Let me throw this out. Joe gave me these flowers the other night, and I didn't get them, well, I've had them in water, I just didn't get them arranged last night. So I figured I'd do that now with you guys. I don't really have much to talk about, just figured we would, hang out while I put these flowers together. Haven't loaded a video in a while. I think the last one I did was when my father-in-law had gone into hospice, and he did pass away. His wife was there, my mother-in-law, and my daughter was there with him. So he wasn't alone. The hospice facility that he went into is in Providence, Rhode Island. I actually can't remember the name of it, but I'll have to say it was very nice. It was very nice. If you can, all considered. Anyway. So that was the last video that I did. I think I was doing a flower arrangement and just talking about slowing down. So my father-in-law was in hospice for maybe a week, roughly. It all seemed to go by slow, but fast, but slow. I don't know, it was weird. And then we had his funeral last month sometime, or was it in October? I can't even remember now. Let me get some water in this. Fresh water, I should say. So I just fill it a little bit like that, not too much. And then I like to take the packet of flower food and I try to use this sparingly, so I only put a little bit of water in the base and put maybe a quarter of the packet in there, maybe not even that much. Hold it down, and I'll save it so that each time I change the water or cut the flowers, I'll add some more. Shift this around, give it a little stir. So the last video was just talking about kind of slowing down, and I think I had come home to get ready to go back up to hospice again, and I had some flowers that needed some tending to, and I decided to tend to them and not just rush out the door. And those are the things that it's hard to, because in my mind I was like, I felt selfish to stop and take care of the flowers, and It was like, no, you need to get back up there. You got to get back up there. What if something happens? What if he, you know, passes away while you're gone? What if your mother-in-law needs you? But then I reminded myself there was other people up there with her. And see, even just talking about it, I get winded. Sometimes we just have to slow down. So it wasn't so much about the flowers themselves as it was recognizing that we really need to take care of ourselves. It was something that I had neglected doing for so long, and I told myself that it was vital that I do everything that I got to do for everybody. But anyway, so yeah, that was the last video, and I've actually uploaded a video since then. I just haven't, it's private. I haven't made it public yet because I need to put a title and a description and all that stuff with it. I had actually forgotten that I had already edited it and loaded it. It's just a quick video. It's my last concrete job of the season, and maybe my last concrete job. I don't know yet. We'll see. It's harder to get up and down, and but anyway, the video is, I don't think there's a lot of talking in it. It's just just me working concrete. Some of my videos I just post, I don't know. The channel doesn't really have a lot of, it's not like you do a channel. My channel isn't about, channel is just random, I guess. I don't know. I'm random. All right, let's cut these flowers. What we got here? We've got 2 roses, got some carnations, 2 white, 2 red, got some kind of sad looking daisies, but I might be able to do something with them. And I've got some fillers, got some gold fillers, and these actually were from my last batch. Looking pretty good, so I'm gonna hold on to those. All right, let's get started here. This is kind of big, but I don't have another jar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just start with these daisies. I like to cut some of the leaves off. And then I just give everything a diagonal cut. The first cut, when I first get them, I usually do about 1 inch. So I'm gonna do that. And then I just take this one, I'll cut this kind of dead leaf off of there. Yeah, so it's a snowy, rainy, icy, yucky day, so I'd like to say I got a lot done today. I did want to do Instacart yesterday. Instacart was so good. Today's Tuesday. Instacart was really good yesterday for Monday. Something just made me stay in today. Yeah, these ones are really dried. I don't know. So we'll cut those right off. How's everybody been out there? Your holidays were good? Like I said, my Thanksgiving was really nice. You know, a little sad that Bill, my father-in-law, had passed, but it's life, right? He was 90, he would have been 94 last month. He didn't quite make his birthday. So he was 93, but he would have been 94. Him and my mother-in-law were married for about 50 years. I guess something like that. 45 years, I think. She's doing okay. I still see her every Wednesday. I still go over and do her shopping. It is weird without having him there. Yeah. These roses have seen better days. I think we're going to cut this right off. And maybe shed a petal or 2. Yeah. I'm afraid this is going to fall apart. Oopsie. No. I would just take that right off there. Hopefully I can get it to open. I think, let's get this in this cut a good inch off of that. Actually, I'm going to cut the rest of these down. So I had to cut so much off. Let's measure this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, just about an inch. Cut an inch off of them at a diagonal. Yeah, this one looks nice. Cut some of those off. Yeah, this rose looks still pretty. Yeah. Yeah, let's cut these down because these are much too big. Oh. Am I actually filming? Oh, good. Sometimes I forget to film. I think that I turned it on, but I didn't. All right, here. Yep, that looks pretty good. Okay, now let's cut the green ones down. Yeah, everybody needs a good inch off, I guess. Yeah, I like arranging flowers. It's calming. One of the schools I attended when I was a kid was an agricultural school, and for 9th grade you would take all of the courses that they had to offer, which was things like forestry. You learn how to maintain the forest and cut trees down. Another one was basically farming, learning how to plant things. And then we had florist. You learned how to make flower arrangements. I liked that class the most. I was a foster kid, so I arrived at that school. It was my 3rd school. It was my 3rd school that year. So I kind of missed some of the classes, but I got to do a little bit of the florist class. I really liked it and have thought about going into doing that. The only problem, and I always come up with a problem, I find arranging flowers so nice and calming, but I have had friends that do it for a living, and one of the things that is really hard is you have to make floral arrangements for funerals. The weddings can be fun and nice, but funerals get a little tricky, especially, I remember my friend had to do one for a little girl that had passed away, and she just cried the whole time she was making all the flowers. And then, you have the time frame. So just like any job, you have schedules you have to maintain. And no, I just always thought, you know what, I don't want to ruin something that brings me such calming effect. So yeah, so I just do it for fun, and then now I do it to chat with you guys. So, yeah, what's funny is interesting, I should say, not funny, but the first arrangement usually isn't the best. The one that I find comes out the best is a couple of days from now, when everything really starts to open up. The roses will open, and some of the fillers will open up. And yeah, so this in here. Guess I don't have my camera angle too good. So yeah, it's coming out pretty. Yeah. That looks nice. I don't know if I want to put these in here. I think maybe just the gold is good enough. What do you guys think? I know you can't really see it, can you? It's cute. I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't think it needs the green. Let's take a look. You'll never know unless I try it, right? Oh, you know what? Actually, the green kind of does fill it up because his face is so big. Yeah, I think that's fine. That looks nice. That does look nice. It actually holds everything in there. Stabilizes everything. All right, let's take a look. See what we got. Hold on. Try not to. That looks pretty. Very pretty. Hmm. I like it. Oh, that looks pretty. Where can we set it? Let's see. I got the tree up. Yeah, I think that, yeah, we'll put it right there. That looks pretty, right? Well, guys, thanks for joining us on this icy, snowy day, beginning of December. I hope everybody has wonderful holidays, and I'll see you soon. Bye.